Oh man, this has to be Masters of the Universe week. What is going on, guys? This is Jay, and I don't know. I don't know what else to say. First of all, welcome back to the channel. I just want to talk about this so that we can have an overall discussion about what we're seeing here for the Masters of the Universe this week. This is just insane. I am beside myself with all the new releases that are coming out, all the new announcements, whether it be from the Masterverse, whether it be from Masters of the Universe Origins, whether it be from pretty much anything. And I'm so glad that Pixel Dan is one of the ones to actually bring us some of this news, because honestly, Pixel Dan has been one of those super fans for Masters of the Universe and really has reignited my own passion for Masters of the Universe. He's a really great guy, and I'm so glad that he was able to get these first looks at some of the newer characters that are coming out later on this year, I hope. But you know what? Let's have a quick look at some of the reveals that happened on Pixel Dan's own video. And I'm going to put a link to Pixel Dan's video myself, because I want to give Dan all the credit in the world. He works so hard at bringing the best news for Masters of the Universe to everybody out there. And honestly, I have to tip my hat to him. He's one of the other reasons why I started a YouTube channel. Obviously, Johnny from Happy Console Gamer, he was obviously one of my main inspirations. But yeah, for sure, Pixel Dan and his enthusiasm and everything that he does is the other reason why I started really getting into YouTube in the first place. All right, so let's have a quick look at some of these reveals. So these are all available on Pixel Dan's Facebook page. I'll also leave a description of that in the description section below. You guys can have a look for yourselves after watching this video. So yeah, super exciting reveals. The first one we're going to look at is, of course, Stinkor. Holy crap, guys. Take a look at this. Stinkor has been revealed by the Mattel Team. Wow. Obviously, we all know the story. Stinkor is just a recoloring of Merman from the original line. So not a lot hasn't changed. I mean, he pretty much is, again, just another recolor of the Masters of the Universe version of Merman. But still, he's a classic look. He has Mechanix armor, which is was a staple later down the road. Actually, you know what? I wonder if that's actually the opposite. I wonder if Stinkor came first and Mechanix came second. Anyway, I'm pretty sure if you pick up Pixel Dan's book, he will explain exactly which of the figures came first, second, and third. So definitely go take a look at the new Masters of the Universe, the toys of the Masters of the Universe by Pixel Dan. You guys won't regret that either. He's looking great, though. I'm loving the colors, really striking. He's always been a very interesting character, Stinkor. And from all accounts, apparently he is going to have that unique aroma that originally identified Stinkor as a character. And if you watch Pixel Dan's channel, you'll actually know that Pixel Dan actually did not like Stinkor when he first came out. His mother went and bought a copy of Stinkor for him, and apparently as soon as the as soon as they cracked open the package, or they didn't even get to crack open the package, he was just terrified that it was going to smell terrible. So she had to end up going and returning him. And then later on, a year later, 2 years later, whatever it was, he asked for the figure again and finally opened it up, and actually it didn't smell that bad. It was actually really, really cool. So yeah, we look at Stinkor here. He's got that wonderful striking designs. Obviously, the black and white signature skunk colors. He's got really striking yellow eyes, but his armor is where it's all at. Bright orange. He's got orange loincloth, red belt, and of course, bright orange boots, which also have a web feet. He's got red, what look like gloves, but it's just actually painted. And of course, he comes with his signature blue shield. Awesome looking designs. Really looking forward to getting a Stinkor. I actually never had him as a kid, so that's really something that I'm actually kind of interested to find out what he smells like. Because from all accounts, I don't think he smelled really, really bad. It was actually more of a, it wasn't really pungent. It was actually more of a pine type of odor, which was kind of interesting. A different type of pine odor. Awesome to find out that he's going to be one of the first to be revealed in the interview with Pixel Dan and Mattel. Oh wow, the next one we see here is Webstor. Holy crap, guys. Now, I always used to call this guy Spydor. And then they released Spydor. So yeah, this is awesome. Webstor is seen here. You know, Webstor was definitely one of those characters who was super unique in the original Masters of the Universe releases. Because his head sculpt was totally different than everybody else's in the original. They retained that overall look here. He's got completely blue skin, much darker than Skeletor's. He's got, you know, that unique face, 4 eyes, you know, fangs which go up, below, pointing up fangs, and fangs which point below. He's also got that almost, I guess, like a pig-like snout, and he's got these ridges at the top of his head. Really looks very unique out of all of the actual Master of the Universe figures. Awesome. Comes with a orange blaster, straps, which actually aren't straps, it's more like armor, and they attach to a device which is like a winch for his grappling hook, his actual web. This is awesome. He looks great. Very, very, very much akin to the original Webster figure. Can't wait to get my hands on this guy. He has his own his own logo, actually. I remember thinking that as a kid. Like, it's not He-Man's crest, it's not Skeletor's bones. Yeah, he's his own guy when you think about it. Web feet. He's looking amazing. Loving these new reveals. Thank you, Pixel Dan. This is amazing. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Oh my gosh, it is the Lords of Power version of Beastman. So this is the actual, I'm not sure if this is the final production release, but it sure does look like it. I believe the actual version that was released in PowerCon a year ago, I think he's slightly different from this version, just to give them a little bit more differentiation for the standard release versus the PowerCon release. But this one's looking pretty cool. I do like the way he looks. Very reminiscent actually, not even reminiscent. This is actually based off of the original character designs for the very first versions of the Lords of Power, which was the working title for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, just before Mattel actually released the line. So you can see he's very much more of a gorilla aspect on his face, and according to Pixel Dan, that's actually to coincide with some of the reuses for toys that Mattel had access to when they were creating the Big Jim line. I've actually never even seen one of the Big Jim gorillas, but I can see where a lot of that association comes from, and they were trying to use as many parts as possible to try and save money. Very interesting stories that come out of the toy industry from way back in the day. His straps are so unique compared to every other Master Universe character. They've got these huge shoulder pads with all of these spiked ridges. Crazy stuff, like, you know, it's stuff you wouldn't imagine, and probably very, very difficult to put into production, which is probably why they never actually went through with this version of the character. He's got this huge, almost WWE style belt. It's got this northern star kind of compass motif here. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like it's got a face in there too. Yeah, it's a wonderfully designed belt. It looks awesome. He's got these gauntlet style, what almost look to be like claws that are embedded in the gauntlets themselves, and they look to have these little almost chain-like loops. It's very interesting, this design overall, and he's got this wonderful little star pattern. Like, he's got this a lot of heraldry in terms of, like, you know, the crystals that he wears and stuff. So yeah, I'm loving this new design. This I say new design, but it's actually an old design. Yeah, really, really crazy. Let's zoom in a little bit and take a slightly closer look, because this is pretty cool. I wonder why. Oh no, I gotta move myself. Yeah, honestly, he's got a great looking face. Very, very different than the Beastman we know and love. His arms are really long, which is very akin to the way Beastman was in the final edition. Again, there's that belt, his overall claws. He's looking great, and yeah, I'm very excited to see this version being realized in action figure form. Amazing. The next one we have to look at is, of course, the Goddess, which is actually just Teela in green skin. But much like everything else, this particular character is pretty much based off of Teela 100%. Obviously, there's really nothing different about her other than her green skin and some of the paint details. She looks pretty much exactly like the version of Teela we received. I think her face might be slightly different. Let's just zoom in on that and see. But not really anything particularly drastic. So yeah, she comes with all the same accessories that Teela comes with. Obviously the Cobra staff, the Cobra staff, the shield that she carries around, and of course her shield, her Cobra headdress armor. So yeah, very, very similar to Teela, pretty much exactly bang on, except of course the green skin. Now, this is, of course, the way the goddess of Grayskull looked like in the mini comics, which Pixel Dan talks about all the time. So yeah, this is a wonderful addition to the collection. I'm obviously going to get one of these for sure, even though she is the exact same thing as Teela in a re-release. And this is actually showing up here now, to be honest with you. Fisto, that we see here, he's actually been showing up here in Canada, and I'm hoping that soon, maybe in a couple of weeks, maybe a couple days actually, I might be able to get my hands on Fisto. He's looking great, almost like very reminiscent of the original version of the toy back in 1980. He's got that great looking face, that wonderful handlebar mustache, the wonderful beard. Yeah, he's looking great. He's got his armor, which does look like it comes off. He's got his signature gigantic fist, which a lot of people make fun of, honestly. And, of course, his signature sword, which is very different from everyone else, except that actually, when you think about it, it's the exact same sword that came with Triclops. And, of course, he's got those very striking purple highlights in all of his armor and his boots. But he looks great. Really excited to get my hands on Fisto very, very soon. This was an unusual one, and you know what? I'm going to get to that in a second. Let's look at everything else. I've already talked about the Wind Raider in one of my earlier videos, so very excited to be able to get that. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Battle Damage He-Man and Battle Damage Battle Cat. What is this, guys? This basically threw me for a loop when they were talking about it on Pixel Dan's video. Yeah, this was kind of crazy. Like, you know, the team started talking about how they wanted to, you know, have a little bit of fun with the character, but it really does bring a lot of us back in terms of like what it is and a lot of the history of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, because this is basically Battle Damage, He-Man and Battle Cat, but this has never actually been released in the Masters of the Universe. You can see Battle Cat actually has some actual battle damage. Actual blood is showing on the fur of Battle Cat. That's crazy. You know, like back in the day, that would never fly. Nobody would release a toy with actual blood damage on the characters. Then again, I'm talking out of my butt, aren't I? Because there were a lot of blood showing characters. Like Mosquitor. Mosquitor actually showed blood coming in and out of his chest, right? And of course we had other characters which, when you struck them, I can't remember the names of the toys right now, but yeah, I am talking out of my butt. But right now with this one in particular, other than Mosquitor, I think this is the first time we've seen blood in any of the Masters of the Universe characters. This is crazy. I'm sure Pixel Dan could definitely correct me on that. But yeah, this set looks amazing. It comes with a whole diorama piece, tiny little gargoyle or tiny little like either gargoyles or little dragons. This is looking like an amazing set, but the really big standout feature of this set is definitely the vac metallized, and it looks like it is Battle Damage He-Man. I don't think, and I'm gonna have to double check on the video itself, but I don't think that this is a working Battle Damage chest. I could be wrong, but I have a sneaking suspicion it won't be rotating because the vac metal will probably rub off, and that's something that they don't want. But wonderful to see vac metallized plastic parts again in toys. This is amazing. So it looks like, and if we could be wrong about this, but it does look like Battle Cat's armor is super shiny, and I don't know why that is. Even Battle Cat himself seems to have a little bit of lacquer on him, because as we can see, He-Man doesn't have that kind of shine on his legs or his face. So something's up with that. I'm not really sure. I wonder if it's just because it needs to complement the vac metallized version of the armor here, which would be very interesting. I think that's really cool. Yeah, but this diorama set I think is really neat. I'm not really sure if I'm interested in picking this one up, but he comes with a very different head sculpt. If we take a look here, this is not the head sculpt that we're normally used to with the Master of the Universe Origins. It looks very different. It's a lot more of the hair is covering his face. Yeah, that's very interesting. I'm super interested in that. So for that alone, I actually might think about picking up this set. But I can already tell this one's going to be a little bit pricier. It's got two characters in it. It's probably going to be a little bit more expensive than the Keldor and Kronos 2-pack. So definitely going to find out a little bit more about that. I think they did talk a little bit about it on Pixel Dan's channel. And take a look, guys. there was one little extra that we saw. That yeah, that's it. You can see it right there. That is Mosquitor. Oh my God, Pixel Dan must have lost his mind when he saw that. Yeah, seeing Mosquitor, this wonderful preview from the Mattel team. That is awesome. I don't want to spoil too much more about that. I think Pixel Dan definitely deserves all the credit for pulling that interview together. But guys, I am super excited about all these new figures that are being showcased. What are your thoughts? These are amazing, and I really do have to give a big shout out to Pixel Dan for these photos and for this interview. We wouldn't be able to get these pictures any other way if it wasn't for Dan. Dan, thank you so much for all the work you do. You are amazing. Your passion for Masters of the Universe and of course for toys in general is an inspiration to me, and I am absolutely sure inspiration to so many others who love toys and love what you do for your channel. Guys, once again, what are you thinking about all these new reveals for the Masters of the Universe Origins figures? I'm all in on the Masters of the Universe line, as you guys know, and these characters are going to just add so much to my collection, even if some of them are just recolors of the original figures. I am super excited to get my hands on Fisto, hopefully sometime this week, and I hope you guys are looking forward to all these wonderful reveals as well. Guys, tell me what you think. Are you excited about all these new characters? Are you planning on picking up every single one of these characters from the Masters of the Universe Origins line, if you can find them? Leave those comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about these new reveals. And guys, please, if you haven't already, head over to Pixel Dan's channel. Go give him some love. Give him, subscribe to his channel. He's got all the greatest news and reviews about Masters of the Universe and some of the latest news on toy news and all that great stuff. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, please do leave me a like. It really helps me out. If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing so you'll never miss an episode. If you guys want more of this type of content, please leave a suggestion in the comments section below. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Geek proud.